Hey friends, welcome to my messy table. Today I am going to share how I made this fun pennant. I have stuff all over, you guys. I've been working on projects that I'm trying to finish up because I had so many ideas and you guys, not enough time. Okay, so I created this using ScrapDiva Designs FaLaLa die set. I love it. I made shakers out of these two. I also used it in a little tier tray project that I shared, but I wanted to show you guys how quick and easy, well, it's not quick, but it's pretty easy because it is time consuming on how to make these. So if you grabbed or ordered Erica's FaLaLa die set, this is a fun way to use it because it is a pretty large die. It is, let me see, how long is it? It's 6 inches, so that's pretty big. This is like, you know, a piece you would put on the cover of something, right? Or your main focus. So what I wanted to do was immediately a pennant came to mind, and when I was looking for papers, I had in September grabbed the, oh gosh, it's a Hobby Lobby paper pad. I had picked this up. It was like, I think 2 of them were there and I grabbed one. I'm trying to be better and not hoard, so I didn't grab both of them. I love the patterns and the colors on this set. I also just picked up their Country Christmas one. Super cute. I have a project I'm working on that one. But what I ended up using for this was this little card kit that I found. And they had 40% off when I picked this up. So it was 40% off $4. So I thought that was a steal. Now, I didn't intend to use them for cards. My whole idea was to use this as, you know, bigger punches, like this one, for example, right? I have a scallop punch. I thought that would be a good paper to use for that. And so the patterns are a little different. And so I did pull out some new designs to create this new one. And the cards are 3x3. So I obviously had to cut them down. So what I did was I cut them down to 1.5 inch squares. And that's how you get this pattern. Now, I didn't measure at first when I did this one. I just kind of eyeballed it. So you could definitely make this larger if you want it larger. What I ended up doing was I just kind of laid it out and eyeballed around. And so when I did measure it, it's a triangle that has a base here at 6.25. And then you're going to measure down the middle of it to the point, and it's 8.25. And so the 2 long pieces are 8.75 is the size of the template. Now I went and used some chipboard. Actually, my friend Bobby just mailed me some, which I thought was really sweet of her. And I thought, oh, I should use it, but now I kind of don't want to use it. I'm going to save it for her projects. But I had this Cheerio box of cereal sitting around in my craft room because I try to save one here and there for these kind of projects that I want sturdiness. This one is a Cheez-It box that I had sitting there. I feel like it's a little sturdier than this one. But anywho, I just cut it out. I had to use my scissors because the box is one of those big family size box Cheerios. My family goes through them like Tic Tacs. Those don't last in our house. So what I decided to do was I'm going to cut this up, and all I'm going to do now is just create a pattern. I don't have like a certain idea as far as the pattern. I just kind of play around with it. I don't want, you know, the pinks to touch too much, so I can do that, something like that, you know. Bring this one, and I can add more to another pattern too if I like. Maybe do something like that. I don't know. We'll see. But what I also wanted to say is if you have paper scraps, I did a Halloween black and white project, and these are the scraps I had left. So if I wanted to, I could also do a Halloween with just the scraps. I glued it down onto cardstock to kind of give it a little bit more sturdiness, and then I could lay down my piece here. Actually, I would probably go up here like this so that I could get all my triangle covered. And so now I'm just gonna glue it down, cut it, and then go and stitch random on this one. I would stitch random. I wouldn't go to each line. Whereas with this one, I did do each line. So that was the time consuming part, was stitching at each, kind of like a quilt pattern, pretty much is what you're doing. So I'm gonna go ahead and glue my pieces down. But like I said, you can use whatever you want. I might bring in another pattern. I don't know. I think I need some more white in here, but anywho, I'm just going to glue that down, and then we'll stitch it up and you guys see what I do. This is the back of it, you guys, and this is the front. Okay, so it's a hot mess right now. You have all these little ends. What I'm going to do, usually what I try to do is take my hot glue gun and kind of go over where the points are at so that it's kind of glues down the thread and doesn't try to come apart, because I didn't do any of that back stitch to lock it down. I just kind of wanted to go fast. So I'll do that, where I'll just show you guys. That's what I need to do, right? So I take my hot glue gun, my trusty Dollar Tree. Actually, I think this one's from Michael's. It's a low temp. So if it's sitting in here and there's a bunch of gunk around it, I'll just rub that on there. But I try to squeeze out just a tiny little bead and kind of rub it in those points. It's a little extra work, but I feel like it'll secure down the thread, and then I don't have to worry about it coming undone because it's glued down. On the other side, it'll stay put, I guess you could say. So I'm just going to do that, and then I'll come back and show you guys how I decorate it. Okay, friends, I have it all nice and neat, somewhat cut. I use my fabric scissors to cut the threads because they're really sharp. And then all I did on the back side was glue this down. I didn't glue it down completely. I'm probably going to go in and add some more glue, but I have this 12-inch dowel. I bought them a while ago. They've been in my stash for a while. And so all I'll do is just glue that there. And as you can see here, I'm actually not going to glue all the way down. So let me pay attention to that. So I am definitely going to glue about there and then start decorating it. Okay, friends, I have finished up gluing it down, trimming it down like I said. I did, I was going to put it at the top and then realize I only did half, so it'll be longer, you know, to stick into whatever it is I'm going to do with it, display it in my house if I do that or give it away. Okay, so I pulled out this pom-pom trim from Marshall's. I hope they bring it back. It was $4.99, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be more this year because, you know, everything's so much more expensive. So I'll probably pass on it. I went the other day and they had some like velvet green ribbon, but it was like $7.99, I think, or $6.99. It was a lot more than normal. And I grabbed more Christmas gift tags, you guys. Oh my God, they had really cute nutcrackers and some Santas, and so I had to get those. Did I need them? No, but you know how that goes. So I'm going to lay this down here. So I know I'm going to cut there. So I'm going to use my nice scissors because they're sharper. And then I'm also going to add some festooning. This is so cute like that. I think it matches nicely. I think I need to add something blue, but the FaLaLa will be nicely there like that. So let's glue it down. I added this little snowflake. I found this at Marshall's as well, but this is like a good 3-4 years old when I picked this up. I've had it in my stash for a while. Almost done with it, but I thought I'd add the little snowflakes in there since there's snowflakes on this paper. And I'm going to glue this down now. Now for this, I do have to use like the rolling 3D, what is it, foam tape. Where do I have it here? I use this one, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of eyeball my length, and I'm going to use my glue here to glue it down because I don't trust this glue anymore. I've found some older projects and they're coming apart, and now I'm going to glue that down like that. I think I'm going to need another set, so so I'm just going to add another piece here. There we go, and it should be. Now we can add our rest of the glue and tack it down. I could use hot glue, but I feel like hot glue is going to make the this part here kind of not stick onto the paper. Over time it'll pop off. So hopefully this will be a good, hopefully it will. Whoa, I'm like, what am I seeing? I was gonna peel it off, but my fingers aren't in there. I think I'm gonna add a little bit of glue just here and there. Oop, hit my, there we go. Okay, now I just have to see where it's gonna land nicely there. How cute is that? I love that. Hey friends, I just realized that I missed a few things. My mom called me in the middle of filming this and I got sidetracked and started adding stuff, and then I just finished it and then the call finished, and so duh, you guys, I swear I am so easily distracted. Okay, so what I did was I added this cute little bow at the top, and that comes from Walmart. I'm pretty sure I shared these on Instagram. They were in the mini ornament section. They're so cute. They have so many cute little ones that you can use for like charm dangles and stuff. Anyways, then I added this snowflake trim. This one comes from Marshall's. You guys, I've had this one for a while. You'll definitely want to keep an eye out when you go there, even though I think they're going to be a little bit more pricier. Anyways, I added some little rhinestones there and then matched the rhinestones on my snowflakes. The snowflakes are just from the these two punches that I pretty much share all the time that I use them. And then I added ribbon down here, my fun little trims. These come from really reasonable ribbons. And then this one is a Joann's. I picked this up like a year or two ago. This is just a yarn from my stash that I've had for probably close to 20 years. I used to buy as many random yarn as I could find when I was in my crocheting era. And then this is a fun little trim. You guys, it's from Joann's. I'm kind of sad, but we're going to have to find our ribbon somewhere else now. The little Santa Claus is a little clay bit that I have. It's an ornament. I picked it up at Hobby Lobby like years ago. And they used to have a lot of clay stuff. Now it's more like plastic and like felt. And so they have a few clay ones, but nothing this size anymore. And also Michael's used to carry some too, and I haven't seen them there in a long time. So I think they just kind of go through different, you know, products and stuff. The other thing I forgot to talk about was my stitching. You guys, I decided to create a fun little pattern on my template here and then just did little dots and then kind of followed. It was a bit wonky, but it's okay. Most of it's covered now, so that's what you get. And then I did cover, like I said, the back. So cute. Okay, you guys, definitely check out hashtag ScrapDiva Designs for ideas and inspiration. The dies are available. There will be a sale October 25th and 26th. And I think it's like customer appreciation sale she's having. 25% off everything. So if you have a list and you haven't picked anything up, I will put the link in the description box. Shop with that discount, you guys, because it gives you more than the 10% you usually get. 25% is really good. I think I'm going to see what is available too that I don't have in nab for myself. Hopefully it's not sold out. But if something is sold out, hit the notification button so that if she sees enough interest, she can reorder. Thank you guys so much for watching, and come back soon for some more tutorials. Bye.